What is going on, everybody, and welcome back. We're here on the free-to-play account, the Road to Max Rank, and we are going to do the EZA of Future Saga. So this incorporates the tech, what's it called? The tech Gohan and the AGL Trunks in mind. Both the characters are actually pretty decent. Gohan's actually fairly strong if you can wank him. He's really strong offensively, and obviously the Trunks in mind are also pretty good as well. So I don't know. I think there's some builds here and there, but nonetheless, we're going to go take a look at both of these cards while we're completing the event. And I have both of these cards, so we'll take a look at a kit that I feel like would suit either character just fine, respectively, right? So, before jumping in, two things. So, one, you have to use Future Saga in order to do this, which is dumb easy, especially now with the characters dropped. A super easy, yeah, free 30-something stones, right? So, very, very nice. The second thing is that all information on the right-hand side is taken from the Dokkan Wiki. I would have a link to the Dokkan Wiki and two separate links to both respecting characters as well associated with their kit, right? So, very, very nice. So, let's go ahead and jump right in. We're going to auto-battle this. I'm not fairly worried at all, right? So, we're going to go ahead and auto-battle this, and we're going to take a look at Tech Future Gohan, or Super Saiyan Gohan Future, right? Oh, hold on. Let me turn off intros. As much as I'm fantastic, as beautiful as these intros are, let me turn them off for the sake of this, right? Oh my god, I think I got 3 intro characters. No, I didn't. All right, that's good. Let me turn this off real quick. All right, there we go. All right, so Super Saiyan Gohan Future, Tech Ki +3, HP attack and defense 100%. His passive is attack and defense 158% plus an additional 158% to attack and defense for 5 turns from the start of turn. Very, very nice. Plus an additional attack and defense 158% when HP is 58% or less. Plus an additional 58%. Okay, so the first one is 158% attack and defense with HP is 58% or less. Plus an additional attack and defense 58%, just 58%, when HP is 58% or less. So 85 to 58. Future category allies Ki +3 attack 30%, no defense. High chance of evading enemy super attack. And a high chance of evading enemies' attacks, including super attacks, and launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack when there is an Android or Future Saga category enemy. His super attack effect is massively raises Ki and raises defense for 3 turns and causes pretty damage to the enemy. His links are Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Prepare for Battle, Experienced Fighters, Kamehameha, Dismal Future, Shattering the Limit. His categories are Android Cell Saga, Future Saga, Hybrid Saiyan, Goku Family, Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Bond of Parent and Child, Bond of Master and Disciple, Earthbred Fighters, Connected Hope, and All Our Struggle. I'll show the first 15 characters he links up the best with. Gohan's, Goku's, Super Saiyan, stuff like that. Pretty generic set of characters to link up with. So not too difficult to get his stuff done there. So looking at his kit, he looks good. I would say he'll do what he needs to do as a slot 3 unit. I don't think he's a slot 1 unit, even with the high chance of evading. The high chance is really good, right? But I also feel like as an off-rotating character, because he does support and he can do offensive damage, I think he's pretty good. I think he's built fine for being a sub EZA. I would say sub EZA level character. You know what I mean? So nothing too crazy there. All right, let's move on to Trunks and Mai. So Super Saiyan Trunks Future and Mai Future. So they are joined forces, category Ki +3, all stats 130%, or AGL Ki +3, HP attack and defense 90%. Their passive is attack and defense 150% to stats, reduces damage received by 30% when all allies attacking in the same turn are Future Saga category characters. So all your allies have to be on Future Saga to get the 30%, which is where you would run this character mostly, but it kind of limits them in a way. A lot of their defensive capabilities is definitely limited, right? So Ki +3 HP attack, Ki +3 plus an additional 150% attack and defense when there's an ally whose name includes Super Saiyan, God Super Saiyan on the team. Interesting. Plus an additional attack and defense 100% when there is a Future Saga category enemy. Plus an additional key plus 3 attack 150% and performs a critical hit when there is an enemy whose name includes Zamasu or Goku Black. So they guarantee crit when finding Zamasu or Goku Black unit in some way, shape, or form. So they get a lot of attack buffs, dude. Like a lot of attack buffs and some pretty decent amount of defense buffs too, right? So they have a lot of stats to their name. They're actually pretty good. But I feel like reflecting on an actual combat is one thing, right? So their active skill the conditions remain the same, right? So can be activated when there is another ally whose name includes Trunks Teen or slash future or future. Includes Trunks Teen Future, or like Trunks Future or My Future attacking in the same turn, starting from the third turn from the start of battle once only. Raises attack by 628% temporarily, then causes damage to enemy, and then within the turn activated, all attacks become crits and stuns the attacked enemy while reducing own defense by half. Their 12 key super attack is greatly raises attack and defense for one turn, causes supreme damage to the enemy, and lowers attack and defense. Their links are Brainiacs, Cold Judgment, Courage, Dismal Future, Prepare for Battle, Solid Support, Fierce Battle. Their categories are Future Saga, Final Trump Card, Join Forces, Superheroes, Earthbred Fighters, Time Travelers, Revenge, Entrusted Will, and Battle of Wits. These are their first 15 best linking partners. So a bunch of Trunks, Mize is their best linking partner by far, with that future AGL Future Gohan, right? And then, they have like Cold Judgment, Brainiacs with Future Solid Support. So they're going to pair up with a fair bit of units all over the place. So pretty decent character in that department. But they have one huge weakness, right? The big weakness of this character is obviously their team restriction, right? So outside of Future Saga, if you're just running them on a super team or like join forces with not that much, or if at all any other Future Saga category allies, or even Super AGL, right? So you want to use them for Super AGL. They lose the 30% damage reduction. They may or may not lose the key 3 and attack and defense 150%, right? The first one. They'll for sure mostly lose the Future Saga 100% attack and defense when finding a future like a category-based Future Saga enemy, right? For most endgame content. And then they'll for sure lose the Zamasu and Goku Black one, except for some specific one, right? So, like, most of their passive is just gone. It's just completely gone. Outside of being on categories that have a bunch of Future Saga category enemies or fighting a very specific character. This is fine, I would say, because I feel as though there needs to be certain characters that are just good at certain places, right? And not every character can be universally God mode. That's not real, right? That's not a real standard, right? People want that, but then the game gets boring, right? If you have just one character that could do everything, what's the point of doing anything at all, right? It's like that, right? So I feel like as though they balance them out by making so many restrictions. However, this Trunks and Mai will perform very, very, very well with the future category team, which is where you would want to run them mostly, because that's where all their best linking partners are at, right? And 2, against some of the more difficult enemies in the game, right? Goku Black, Zamasu, stuff like that. Those are genuinely difficult events. Like, Goku Black, the Red Zone Goku Black from the Dismal Future, he hits ridiculously hard, right? He hits ridiculously hard. You can use this Trunks and Mai to, one, offset that damage a little bit because of the damage reduction, right? But also them being able to do a ton of damage to Goku Black, respectively, right? Because of all their stacking capabilities and all their build-up capabilities in their passive is entirely for Goku Black and Zamasu units, right? And so I would imagine, like, as we get the final stages of that Dismal Future Red Zone, like this Trunks and Mai is definitely going to be a good slot 3 unit. For sure, a slot 3 unit. Because they're good. They're good. They're not fantastic. They're not amazing. They're running on raw stats and it's extremely conditional, right? But for where you need them and how you need them, I feel like they work very, very well. You take them out of their environment, they only, at bare minimum, they have their 150%, defense from the passive, and that's it. Plus their super attack effect, and that's it. That's all they have, right? Because if you don't meet the other requirements, they're fish in water, right? They're dead fish in water. So it's like, I don't know. Building a kit for them is going to be interesting. I'm waiting to beat this event. I'm waiting to beat this event to move on, right? So we can talk about their kid. I can easy A him and stuff like that. I'm not going to give him Elder Kai's because I am low on Elder Kai's. But we'll talk about each individual character's kit for sure, right? So if we can just kill here, dude. God damn. Oh my god. Like I'm not in any way like worried about taking damage. It's more or less like just killing, right? She'll kill here. We don't, dude. So this is just gonna take forever, bro. Come on. They fucking don't have any HP. The only reason I'm running Future Gohan is because he's the best leader for Future Saga. Okay, good. So he gives everybody the 200% stat boost. So it's like, there we go. Bye-bye. Jesus Christ. Like, you're not in any way going to lose defensively. Like, I don't think so. But, like, killing these enemies running Future Gohan is definitely not the way to go if you want, to do it as fast as possible. All right, so I mean to click that. All right, so let's go over and awaken both characters all the way through. How I would personally build Gohan, that's interesting. Because he has the defensive capabilities of the high chance to dodge, right? So giving him full dodge wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. It's probably the best idea in the world, right? Because then you add more defensive capabilities to an already, I guess you can say, good offensive character with offensive capabilities, right? Because a lot of his things are just pure offense, right? He gets a lot of damage. And he gets a lot of offensive capabilities in his kit, just in general, right? So building them with, say, full additional or even full crit, I would say, isn't necessarily a bad way to go if you want to go that route. So personally, I mean, I don't have him 10, right? So I can't show him, and I don't have him Rainbow and stuff like that. But I feel as though for Gohan, let's look at his kit. I feel like for Gohan, he doesn't give himself crit. He gives himself dodge, and he already gives himself additional. So for this one case, well, because he massively stacks attack, and then he gives himself defense for 3 turns. Every time he supers. So it's like, you almost kind of want to give him that, right? But he's also conditional based. He has to be fighting androids in Future Saga category enemy in order to get that dodge chance and that extra super, right? Outside of that, he's just raw defense with support. That's all he is. He's raw stats with support. That's all he is. He doesn't have anything else. When fighting androids in Future Saga, he's great. He's good. I wouldn't say he's great, but he's good. But then he has the HP restrictions, right? So there's that as well. I'm trying to think. I feel like you can build this guy however way you want. I feel like if you want to build this Gohan with crits and make him an offensive character, I wouldn't say that's a dumb idea. Because, like I said, he has a lot of offensive things built into him that are big buffs, right? And because he stacks attack, it's like really, really good. So building him with like full crit sub additional is one way. But then it's like he also has a high chance to dodge. So it's like building him with full dodge and sub additional or sub crit wouldn't be the worst idea either. I wouldn't do full additional and sub crit and sub dodge. I wouldn't do that. I feel like either dodge or crit for this character, in my opinion, is how I would look at it. Because yeah, he stacks attack. He massively stacks attack, which is great. But I feel like you would get more mileage out of him by putting him in slot 3, giving him full dodge so he can dodge those attacks as best as he can, right? Because he's not immoral. He's not like invincible, right? But then when he can attack, you give him that chance to crit and do good damage in the final slot. I think that's how I would build him. I'll build him full dodge with sub crit. That's how I would build this Gohan, right? And he already gives himself one additional when you have the last part of his passive active, which is the high chance to dodge, right? So I would build him full dodge with sub crit. That's how I would build this Gohan, personally. Which I am going to... I do not have any dodge ones. That is funny. Whatever. I will build him full dodge with sub crit. That's how I would build this character. Once I can get dupes. Now, for these guys are interesting. Because they don't give any support, right? They're entirely for themselves. So you can give them dodge to give them something defensively outside of that 30% damage reduction, but I feel as though they're entirely made for damage. So I would give them full additional with sub crit. But see, that also doesn't make any sense when I say it, right? Because they give themselves guaranteed crits against the character they want to do damage for. And they give themselves guaranteed crits on their active skill. So crit probably isn't the way to do it, right? You look at it, right, and you think, okay, give them crit because they're going to do a lot of damage. It's going to be crazy. But I feel as though the best way to do them is full additional sub dodge. That's how I feel like it's the best way to do it. Like, I thought about the crit thing. It doesn't make any sense. Like, if you take away Zamasu and Goku Black, their guaranteed crit comes from their active skill, right? So in that sense, crit is a smart way to go because they give themselves so much attack. Like, it's insane, right? So it's like, doing that way makes sense. But you can never go wrong with a little bit of dodge, because a little bit of dodge out of nowhere was going to save you, right? So full additional sub dodge is definitely how I'm going to build this character. I'm going to fix that 3 crit. Or I might just leave it. I don't really feel like wasting wasting resources, right? So full additional sub dodge is how I'm going to build this character, right? If I have any silver dodge medal. Oh, I have one. I have a level 5. I'm not giving that one. I'm going to give this one. I'm going to give the 4 dodge one. Yeah, I don't want to waste the 5 stones. Absolutely not. But if I could build them again, it would be full additional and sub dodge is how I'd build them. So I'm out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think of these 2 kits. Let me know if I'm stupid. Let me know if I'm smart. Let me know if you agree, or you're just gonna build this Gohan with a jack of all trades. I feel like you can also do that with this Gohan. I think he's simple enough and to make him a jack of all trades. Like, you can give him like almost equal stats in each one if you can. If you have the equips for it and the resources. Like, I feel like you can give this Gohan equal stats and all, and he would benefit either way. Or you can heavily build him however you want. I feel like Gohan's extremely flexible in how you can build him, because he's so simple, yet in the way how he works, in the situations you will put him, he will work regardless of how you build him. I feel like Gohan's unique in that way. For these guys, I feel like it's almost the same boat, but I feel like if you take away Zamasu and Goku Black, and you can just say, hypothetically speaking, you can fit the rest of the passive or activate the rest of the passive in some way without Zamasu or Goku Black. Say you're fighting Perfect Cell, right? In some way, right? And then you have a blue Goku or Vegeta on the rotation or on the team, and you're not fighting a Goku Black or Zamasu, then the crit side of things can work very well for you. Outside of that, if you're fighting Goku Black Zamasu, crit is completely useless on this character, right? Because they have guaranteed crit, so it's weird. But I feel like they benefit more from building them entirely full with sub dodge being able to allow them to dodge outside of their passive if it's not fully activated, and give them more defensive capabilities, and full additional because it's full additional, and full additional is amazing, right? So I'm out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Take care.